And welcome to another Columbus Blue Jackets game preview. Tonight I'm going to be doing things a little bit differently in this video tonight. The first part of the video will be a background on the two teams, and the second part will be a player watch. Part 1, background. Tomorrow night at Bell MTS Place in downtown Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, the Jets will be on the runway. That's because the Columbus Blue Jackets are taking on the Winnipeg Jets. This is the first of a two-game season series. Tomorrow night in Winnipeg and 10 days later on the 27th in Columbus. The reason it is a two-game series between these two teams is because they're in different conferences and different divisions. The Blue Jackets are part of the Metropolitan Division in the Eastern Conference. The Jets are part of the Central Division in the Western Conference. The teams that make up the Eastern Conference Metropolitan Division are the New York Rangers, the 2016 and 2017 Stanley Cup champion Pittsburgh Penguins, the Washington Capitals, the Columbus Blue Jackets, the New Jersey Devils, the Philadelphia Flyers, the Carolina Hurricanes, and the New York Islanders. The teams that make up the Western Conference Central Division are the Chicago Blackhawks, the Colorado Avalanche, the St. Louis Blues, the Winnipeg Jets, the Nashville Predators, the defending Western Conference champions, the Minnesota Wild, who the Jackets beat 5-4 in Minnesota last game, and the Dallas Stars. The Jets are coming into tomorrow night's game with a record of 3-2-0. And they're coming off a 3-2 win against the Hurricanes in Winnipeg on Saturday. Meanwhile, the Jackets come in with a record of 4-1-0 after winning against the Minnesota Wild in St. Paul, Minnesota, Saturday 5-4 in overtime. Game results in October so far: Jets. October 4th, they lost at home against the Toronto Maple Leafs 7-2 on opening night. October 7th, they lost at the Calgary Flames 6-3. October 9th, they won at the Edmonton Oilers 5-2. October 12th, they won at the Vancouver Canucks 4-2. October 14th, they won at home against the Carolina Hurricanes 2-1. Game results in October so far: Blue Jackets. October 6th, win at home against the New York Islanders 5-0. Shutout! October 7th, lost at the Chicago Blackhawks 5-1. October 10th, win at the Carolina Hurricanes 2-1. Overtime! October 13th, win at home against the New York Rangers 3-1. And October 14th, win at the Minnesota Wild 5-4. Spoiled the Wild's home opener. Overtime. The Blue Jackets have won 3 games in a row, so they will be looking to extend their winning streak to 4 games and sweep this brief 2-game road trip at Minnesota and at Winnipeg. This will be the second of a 3-game homestand for the Jets, as they beat the Hurricanes 2-1 on October 14th. Part 2, Player Watch, starting with the Jets. Patrick Laine. Through 5 games, he has 2 goals and 2 assists. Patrick Laine is just an all-around playmaker. I don't think you can totally stop him, but maybe you can contain and control him. And that's going to be a challenge, because this guy has talent beyond belief. Sometimes he just leaves you speechless. Brian Little, through 5 games, 1 goal and 3 assists. I consider Little to be an all-around playmaker, so these numbers are a little bit deceiving, I think. Plus, because he can be such an effective goal scorer, some of the things he does for the Jets don't even show up on the stat sheet. Like drawing defenders away so that it gives guys like Patrick Laine and Blake Wheeler open shots. And next guy on the list is actually Blake Wheeler, who through 5 games, he has 0 goals and 5 assists. And I consider Brian Little to be more of an assist man, but he can score goals. So the Jackets need to be aware of that and not let him get going. Because if the Blue Jackets allow Blake Wheeler to get going, it could be a long night for Columbus tomorrow. Dustin Byfuglien, through 3 games, because he missed 2, he has 0 goals and 2 assists. I consider Dustin Byfuglien also to be an all-around playmaker. So again, don't let these numbers fool you. If he gets going for the Jets, look out, because I consider him to be a very dangerous player. Jacob Trouba. I don't know why, but he always seems to have success against Columbus. He was a key part of why the Jets beat the Jackets in Columbus last season. Through 5 games this season, though, he has 0 goals and 2 assists. Just like Dustin Byfuglien, Trouba is a very dangerous player who can make your life miserable if you let him get going. I consider him to be the Energizer Bunny of the Jets. Connor Hellebuyck. Through 4 games, but 3 games started, he's 3-0. 111 shots against him, and he's given up 7 goals, and his goals against average is 2.11. Steve Mason. Through 2 games, he's 0-2. 65 shots against him, giving up 11 goals, and his goals against average is 6.53. Blue Jackets. Cam Atkinson. Through 5 games, 2 goals and 0 assists. I consider Atkinson to be a solid all-around player. Goals and assists aren't everything. That's because Atkinson does other things that helps the team, which doesn't show up in the stat sheet. Similar to Brian Little of the Jets. Atkinson, he can score goals, and he's done that through the season with 2 goals. But he also helps on offense. He may not get an assist, but he doesn't necessarily need to. He might hit an opposing player, which gives one of his teammates a clear lane to shoot at, or deflect the puck towards. He just does so many things. Artemi Panarin. He was traded from Chicago to Columbus for Brandon Saad. Through 5 games, he has 1 goal and 6 assists. And these numbers are very surprising to me. That's because Panarin seemed like a goal scorer when he was with the Blackhawks last season. But this season, he's become more of an assist man with the Jackets. Maybe that's because he doesn't have Patrick Kane and Jonathan Toews here in Columbus like he did in Chicago, but I think he's adapted really nicely to the Blue Jackets style of play, and I think he's fitting in quite nicely. Pierre-Luc Dubois. Through 5 games, 1 goal and 0 assists. I'm not surprised by these numbers so far for Dubois. That's because he's in his first season at the NHL level. I think he's still feeling his way through. As he plays more games, the goals will come and the assists will come. Sonny Milano. Through 5 games, 4 goals and 0 assists. I consider Sonny to be a goal scorer, and so far he's fit that mold. He got both goals in the win at Carolina, including the overtime winner. He was a key member of the 2016 Calder Cup champion Lake Erie Monsters. Zach Werenski from the University of Michigan. Through 5 games, he has 2 goals and 2 assists. So, an even. Zach Werenski is an all-around great player that has really fit in with what the Blue Jackets are doing. He's a young player who has really brought a certain toughness to the Blue Jackets because he was injured. He got hit in the face with a puck in Game 3 of the Stanley Cup playoffs last year against Pittsburgh, but he got stitches, put on a face protector mask, and went back out there. So that really shows his toughness. And he was also a key member of the 2016 Calder Cup champions, the Lake Erie Monsters. Sergei Bobrovsky, through 4 games, he's 4-0, 126 shots against him, and he's given up 6 goals, and his goals against average is 1.48. Jonas Korpisalo played in 1 game and lost that game. 29 shots against him, gave up 5 goals, and his goals against average is 5.00. My prediction is that Columbus will come out with a win tomorrow night by a score of 4-3 in overtime. I think it is going to be very tough to go into Winnipeg and then get a win. That's because the Jets are a very tough team. They've got guys like Dustin Byfuglien, Brian Little, Patrick Laine, Jacob Trouba. They've got goal scorers, so it's going to be important that the Jackets get a lead and try and maintain it early. So thank you guys for watching tonight's Blue Jackets vs. Jets game preview. Leave a comment in the comment section below if you liked this format or if you would like me to do a different format. You can also comment if you have questions that you would like me to answer. And maybe I'll answer your questions at the beginning of the next video. I will see you for the next Jackets game preview Wednesday, October 18th, when the Jackets come home to Nationwide Arena to face the Tampa Bay Lightning on the 19th. This is Unger to the Max, signing off.